tight credit, rising interest rates mean concerns could be keeping first-time homebuyers on the sidelines. But with the Fed holding interest rates at historic lows, could this be the boost they need to get into the market? For more, let's bring in Danny Babb, CEO of the Babb Group, a real estate consulting firm representing more than $5 billion in investor dollars. She also works as a consultant for the National Association of Realtors. Danny, welcome. It's nice to talk to you this evening.
Thank you, you too.
So what's your outlook here? We were just talking at the top of the show. The 10-year is at 270. Looks like rates may be on the way to back up again as the Fed tries to taper in the next 30 to 45 days or so.
Sure, 4 1/3 to 4 1/2 probably for the foreseeable future in terms of the 30-year fixed interest rate. This market is very dependent on first-time home buyers, which, as you pointed out, have been on the sidelines for some time. They've represented about 28% of sales in the last year, and in a healthy market, that's about 40%. So it certainly is putting a damper on home sales, which I actually think is a positive thing, and I'm a little bit concerned about first-time home buyers jumping into this market.
Why so?
I think we have another bubble in the making. We're seeing a lot of numbers that are reminiscent of 2005 and 2006, and concerned about the long-term price stability and ability to maintain the price momentum that we've seen over the last year that's largely been driven by very low interest rates. We had a bubble last time driven by very easy credit. We have a bubble this time potentially driven by very cheap credit over a long period of time.
That's Karen, let me ask you something. Obviously, with rates higher, the affordability index moves somewhat, but it's still pretty low relative to where it had been in maybe 06, 07. So how do you factor that into your thoughts?
Yeah, that's really true. And, but we've also got unemployment rate still at about 7.5%. We know that the Fed's looking for 6.5% to make some more serious moves. But, we've got a median price that's grown 13% in the last year. And that's the highest percent gain since 2005. So if all other factors held the same, consistent, and we expect similar types of gains over the next maybe, say, 1 to 3 years, we could see prices back where they were again. We're already starting to see some signs of that in Miami, Boston, California, where we've got 65% of purchases being made in cash by investors. And, for example, the South Beach and Miami markets are heavily overheated and in price wars, an average of 10 to 15% over asking price for purchases.
Danny, thanks. Danny Babb from the Babb Group. Doc, I know you're looking at some names for estate.
Because I think a lot of folks miss when they're looking at the real estate and they just want to go either after Masco or they want to go after Toll Brothers and so forth. Trulia blew out top line, bottom line last night.